Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of constant rates of change. This is standard 7.4a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 9 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So, slight trick in this problem, we're looking at multiple representations of an equation, and we need to find the one that does not represent how far a car travels when going 55 miles an hour. So our basic equation is always, when we're looking at distance and rate, is going to be d equals rt. So the distance equals rate times time. So the distance is the one rate we do know is that they're going to go 55 miles an hour. So that's going to be our rate. So this is exactly what A is, right? A is D equals 55t. That's that D equals RT. And T is hours. Everything's labeled correctly. Remember, we're finding the one that does not work. So A actually works. That's what we're going to be using. And so this B is just a table, so we need to kind of plug in. I'm sure that 55 works, and 55 doubled is 110. That works. I'm not too sure about the 1.5 and 2.5. So let me see. What is half? Let me see what half of 55 is. I'm just going to add that to 55. So half of 55, that's going to be 2. Let's make that 4. 7. All right, so we need a decimal there because that is an odd number. There we go. That's going to be 27.5. All right, so I needed to add 55 and 27.5, and that got me 82.5, so that works. Yeah, look at 2.5 is 27.5. All right, so B actually works. So we're not going to use it. So C, in 3 hours, a car will travel a distance of 160 miles. Well, let's just plug that in here. That doesn't go up to 3, but we can go ahead and let's just go ahead and add that for 3. It looks like we might need that for D anyways. So D equals RT, so they say 160 equals my rate of 55 times 3. Yeah, that doesn't look right because I know that 3 times 5 is going to be, it's going to be a 5, not a 0 in the ones place. So let's see what that actually is. That's going to be 15. And that is going to be a 15, 165. So I'm thinking C is my answer because this should be 165 for 3 hours, not 160. That is the one that does not work. But we need to kind of check our D because it would be really easy for us to say, oh, D looks good, but let's see if we can kind of figure out what exactly we're doing here. So look at this 1 right here. So this 1, it's almost passing at the 50, but you see how that 1 right there, it's a little bit above the 50. Look how big that scale is, a little bit above the 50. So there's my 55. My 2 is definitely above that 100. So there's my 110. We said 3 was 165. So 3 was going to be up here about halfway above that 150. So visually that looks like it's going to be okay, right? Let's just check this 4. So 55 times 4, that's going to be 20, 220. So this 4 is going to be, yeah, there's my 200. That is 225, so it's almost all the way up there. So yeah, D actually looks okay. Even though we don't have any hard numbers on that, they look okay because that's a pretty big graph. The scale is really big on this y-axis, so we can't know for sure. But we do know C is incorrect, so let's go with C.